Hey, cousins. So, Dark Side of the Ring is coming up, and I will be reviewing each episode over on the Patreon. The Patreon is jumping. Everyone seems to enjoy it. I have to take the time out to shout out all the Patreons over there. You make my girl happy. I enjoy the cousins wherever you are. With that being said, if you're into Dark Side of the Ring, LFG, and whatever else I come up with to review, it's going to be over there on the Patreon. Okay, let's get into this. Daphne. Apparently, Daphne was very popular. A lot of you all are looking forward to that Dark Side of the Ring in season 6, where they will be talking about Daphne. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick history because everybody's not aware of Daphne, especially if you wasn't deep into WCW. So, Shannon Claire Spruill was born in July 17th, 1975, and she passed away on September 1st, 2021 at age 46. Okay, how did she die? Suicide by gunshot. But we're going to work our way there, okay? She was born to an army family, did a lot of traveling, got her degree from your Georgia State University in video film production, minor in acting and music. She was at WCW from 1999 to 2001. She was the girlfriend of David Flair, okay? Managing him and Crowbar. And one of her hallmarks was a piercing scream when she was lurking at ringside. The gimmick was based in part on Mallory Knox, the character played by Juliette Lewis in the film Natural Born Killers. Natural Born Killers was a phenomenon. I remember when it came out and I finally saw it. It was decent. Essentially, the media in the movie elevated Mickey and Mallory and kind of put them in a light where everyone empathized them. They kind of gave them fame, a la the infamous Bonnie and Clyde. Even though they were murdering people, they were on a killing spree. You kind of empathize with them because both of them came from terrible backgrounds. Mallory was being molested. Mickey was being abused physically. They came together, and it was a love story, but it was unacceptable what they were doing, right? Oliver Stone film, so you already know what is given. Spruill's first appearance was on the December 6th episode of Nitro. She was sitting on her bed and chanting Flair's first name. So here is a little throwback. May 15, Daphne and Crowbar defeated World Cruiserweight Champion Chris Candido and his girlfriend Tammy Lynn Stitch in a mixed tag team match where Candido's Cruiserweight title was on the line. Then Tammy ended up winning the Cruiserweight title inadvertently because she just got beat up and landed on, Candido. But then she lost it not too long ago to Lieutenant Loco and Disco Inferno in a 3-way. She is the second woman to ever hold the Cruiserweight Championship in WCW. Okay. Daphne gimmicks included frequently changing her hair, t-shirts printed with bizarre slogans, and her loud scream, the latter which was the suggestion of head WCW writer Ed Ferrara. She was released on February 2nd, 2001 due to budget cuts, and WCW itself has purchased by its rival, the WWF, at the time, a month later. Okay, she was on an independent circuit from 2001 to 2013. Okay, she was in 2013. She was the manager of Vic Grimes. She appeared in Ring of Honor, where she debuted on April 26, 2003 as Lucy, the valet of the Second City Saints, which was CM Punk and Colt Cabana and Ace Steel. On July 2003, Spruill was signed to a development deal by WWE. She worked in Ohio Valley Wrestling as the manager of Aaron Stevenson until she was released on December 17th of the same year. Spruill decided to retire from professional wrestling, intending to focus on her acting career. She sold her wrestling boots to then roommate Mickie James. While retired, Spruill worked as a personal trainer. April 2007, Spruill debuted as Daphne for Shimmer Woman Athletes. She conducted an interview where she revealed her goal was to return to what she did from the beginning of her career, and that was to manage. Later that evening, she appeared as the manager of wrestler Miss Schiff. In April 2008, she began wrestling as her Shark Girl character. However, She returned to wrestling as Daphne after only a couple of months. On November 8, 2009, Daphne teamed with Rachel Summerlin against International Home Wrecking Crew at Volume 27, only to turn villainous by abandoning Summerlin during the match, causing a loss to the Home Wrecking Crew. There was a no disqualification match that took place. Then Daphne won her only women's championship, defeating Rachel Summerlin in the first round of Anarchy Championships in Wrestling's 2010 American Joshi Queen of Queens tournament. And that was in June 27, 2010. Then she went back to Shimmer, and she was in a couple more Shimmer stuff going on. Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, 2002 to 2003. 2008 to 2011. She made appearances there as Shannon and Shark Girl, valet of Shark Boy. Okay. She appeared as a planted fan in the audience along with fellow wrestlers Amber O'Neal and Becky Bayless. The three women volunteered to wrestle Awesome Kong in the $25,000 challenge. Daphne selected and won. So there was no $25,000 to win. Wow. The Governor for 2008-2009. Spruill played Alaskan Governor Sarah Palin in skits involving the beautiful people. That's a throwback. Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, Madison Rain, Lacey Von Erich, and Cute Kip were the members. On January 15th, episode of Impact, she revealed by Taylor Wilde and Roxy that Sarah Palin was indeed fake, and it had all been a big joke by Roxy and Taylor to get revenge on the beautiful people. And Daphne in alliance with Dr. Steve from 2009 to 2010. She paired with Dr. Steve, his other patient Abyss, to defeat the duo of ODB and Cody Deaner in a mixed tag team match. She completed in the Queen of the Cage match at Lockdown against ODB, Madison Rain, and Sojourner Bolt, but failed to win the match. On May 14th, Daphne turned heel by assaulting Taylor Wilde because she did not save her when the beautiful people cut her hair. 2010 and 2011 singles competition. She spent the next couple of months mainly managing Stevie and Raven before making her in-ring debut, her return, February 18, 2000 episode of Impact, losing to the TNA Knockouts champion Tara via disqualification after hitting her with a toolbox. All right. Daphne was injured in a dark match against Miss Betsy in her tryout match and was taken to a hospital where she was diagnosed with a deeply bruised sternum, a severe stinger, and a concussion. On March 15, 2011, her contract with the promotion expired and was not renewed. Spruill announced that she had filed a workers' compensation claim against TNA for injuries suffered while wrestling in the promotion, believing she had been put in an unsafe work environment. Spruill later claimed she did not believe she could ever wrestle again due to the accumulated injuries she had suffered during her career. The lawsuit was settled out of court on March 8, 2013. Spruill married guitarist Rich Ward in 1999. They separated in 2003. After the divorce, she dated professional wrestler CM Punk. She had a close relationship with wrestler Jamie Lynn Senagle, whom she considered her daughter. On July 19, 2011, Spruill was arrested in Hillsborough County, Florida for driving under the influence with property damage. She pled guilty to the charges, for which she was sentenced to 1 year of probation and fined $1,580. In 2012, she was involved in a serious car accident in Florida. She's credited wearing her seatbelt for having saved her life. Health-wise, in 2003, Spruill was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. She had surgery in 2017 to fuse her C5 and C6 vertebrae to fix an excrusion that was suppressing upon her spinal column. She subsequently wrote that the neck injury was a rite of passage for professional wrestlers. Towards the end of her life, Spruill became vocal about concussions in the professional wrestling industry. In the 2007 book, Sisterhood of the Square Circle, The History and Rise of Women's Wrestling, Spruill was quoted as saying concussions had ended her professional wrestling career and advised other wrestlers to rest after taking a blow to the head. Sproul said that the effects of concussions had her day-to-day life were obvious, such as having to cover windows with blankets because bright lights gave her headaches. In a live stream video posted the day she died, Sproul said, "I want the future generations to know, don't do stupid shit like me." On September 1, 2021, Sproul streamed a live video through the social network Instagram where she read a suicide note, holding what appeared to be a pistol, and requesting that her brain be donated to chronic therapy encephalopathy, CTE testing. Concerned fans took to social media to support Sproul, and law enforcement was dispatched to previously known address until her family was able to provide updates. Her death was announced online following day by Shimmer wrestler Lexi Fye at Sproul's family request. An official for the Gwinnett County Police Department indicated that she died of apparent gunshot wound to the chest. Her autopsy results were released and revealed that her death had been ruled a suicide, and was also reported that her brain had been taken to Boston University CTE Center and Brain Bank for analysis. In the following day of her death, many within the professional wrestling industry expressed their condolences online, and many discussed the topic of mental health. USA Today wrote that her death intensified concerns within the business, especially among women performers, noting that wrestlers Ashley Massaro and Hannah Kimaro had also died by suicide in the preceding 2 years. I'm actually going to do a curious case on both those ladies too, by the way. Industry veterans Mick Foley and Kane introduced the phone number for the suicide hotline in their tweets, while Paige used the hashtag mental health matters. CM Punk encouraged people to ask for help. Mental and physical, spiritual, emotional, take care of each other. Mike Johnson of Pro Wrestling Insider encouraged industry leaders to make permanent changes regarding mental health, comparing it to WWE instituting the wellness policy after the 2005 death of Eddie Guerrero. While WWE does provide psychological and psychiatric services for contract performer, cheerleader Melissa pushed for other promotions to provide services for their wrestlers. Sproul's body was cremated, and a celebration with life was held in her memory. Among the attendees were Leva Bates, Mia Yim, Courtney Rush, Mickey James, Nick Aldis, Allison Kay, Marty Bell, and Kimberly. Awesome Kong subsequently dedicated her induction to Impact Hall of Fame to Sproul on September 18th. The following month, Impact dedicated the Monster Ball match and knockouts to Sproul. Well, that's sad. So now you kind of got caught up on who she was as a person. Didn't sound like she did nothing terrible. Most notably, her and CM Punk was in a relationship. She had some substance abuse issues with the alcohol, but CTE sounds like it played a role in her day-to-day life, to where the bipolar on top of the injuries and the fuse and spine and all that stuff took a toll, and she unfortunately took her life. So there you got it. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments.